Okay.
Right, first of all, I need to start by correcting a few wrongs. There's been rumours again, a smear campaign again, which all resorts back to the same person again, directed at myself, directed at leadership. There's been requests for answers to certain issues, certain matters. I'll provide those answers. I'll happily provide those answers now. The fact that, first of all, I'll start. First of all, the legal fund. Snowy and Leon McCreary's legal fund for when they got on the roof. The cost was £5,750, and we were told we're getting £3,000 back, which is, I believe, the £3,000 that I'm being accused of keeping. What we now see on the computer is the letters from the solicitors and from the county courts, from the Crown courts, explaining why no money was given back. We'll see that now. Is that what I'm going to do for each thing, yeah?
Yeah.
Right. So, I believe that was point number one. So point number one, liars. Proven liars. You've accused me of taking the legal fund, you've accused me of taking Snowy's legal fund, and there it is in black and white. There's the letters from the solicitors, the letters from the court. I didn't take it. There was no money to come back because your own stupidity in not standing down your own legal aid solicitor. Another accusation is that EDL leadership have been stealing money that was meant to be donated for charities. Now, the fact that the leadership haven't actually organised the charity collections that have been going on at 3 or 4 of the demonstrations, it's been left to the English Defence League Angels, of which I trust immensely and put all my trust in them. And what you will now see is some proof of financial donations from the English Defence League. The first one is in the range of £1,500, where through the merchandise we used to donate 10%, or a percentage, I can't remember what it is, but a percentage went to Help for Heroes, until Help for Heroes declined our money. So you'll see donations up until the point of £1,500 from the English Defence League eBay PayPal account go into Help for Heroes. You will also see £860 donated to Jackie Jane's son's charity. This was the soldier's mother, who's become a prominent figure within the EDL, who's setting up a charity in her son's name, and we're trying to help her get the original £5,000. You'll see £860 donated there. You'll see some money donated to Afghan Heroes, £220. There's a matter over Soldiers Off the Streets, I believe, where the money that was collected in the Soldiers Off the Streets buckets amounted to £100. £100 was donated. You can see the proof of the donation in the next screenshot. And the £100 was given back. They weren't happy with the £100. They said it wasn't enough. We then made the decision that £100, because we don't know who's donated it in buckets, we gave that £100 to Sue Angels from the Midlands for her funeral fund, which I'm sure every true English Defence League member would support that decision. So that's what we've done. So the accusations of charity money are lies again. The accusations of taking the legal fund are lies again. And I'm sorry, you'll have to bear with me because I've got to work through all this as well. There's also been our merchandise, yeah? The English Defence League merchandise which we sell. We've sold 4,400 items. The make of our hoodies is unique, U-N-E-E-K I think. You can check it out yourself. It's made in England, right? That's the make of our tops, that's the make of our t-shirts, that's the make of our hoodies. We purchase a hoodie at £13. Now, considering that that's with embroidery here, embroidery there, and personal division and personalised back to every single top, it's not that bad. We send the orders over as and when they come. So if we get an order for 20 hoodies, we fire it in for 20 hoodies. They get made in England, we collect them. So this talk of, I believe by certain individuals who are trying to smear us, saying we've sold 100,000 items. If you want to go check for yourself, go onto our eBay account and check the feedback. 2,200 feedback. We used to have another eBay account with 2,000 feedback. So we've sold 4,400 things. It's not hard. Get a pen and paper, get a calculator and work it out yourself. If we sell a hoodie at £25 a hoodie, once you take postage off, and remember that eBay take 10% of all sales, PayPal take 3% of all sales. So out of our 4,400 items we've sold, it equates to £63,000, give or take, roughly £63. eBay takes £6,000, PayPal take 2.5. That leaves the cost plus the profit. Now, when you work out the profit, just look at a hoodie. Told you, we pay £13. You can go on the internet, you get them cheaper for us, come and find me, because you won't, right? The unique make, you won't find them cheaper, that you can get them made for £13, stitched, printed and embroidered. It ain't going to happen. So £13 we get them made for. Add on top of that, the postage costs, the eBay fees, the packaging costs, all the costs added into it, the PayPal fees, we make £6 on a hoodie. Now work out, I think the actual number, the exact figures will be in the video, because I haven't got them. The exact figures will be in the video. I think it's 1,800 hoodies we've made. So the profit, once we pay £8 for a hoodie, we pay £8 for a t-shirt, embroidered t-shirt, £8, hoodie, £13, beanie cap, £4.50. The proof of all of these, which will be in invoices from the company we get them from, you'll see it. What you'll see is our PayPal account. And our PayPal showing a transaction for £532. Going to the company we order our hoodies off from months ago. Then you'll see what that £532 is in the actual invoice from the company. So you can see the price breakdown in what we pay for our hoodies, what we pay for our t-shirts, our beanie caps cost us £4, £4.50, all the breakdown. So you can work out the profit margin. Anyone with a brain can work it out himself. We pay 75p for badges. You'll also see the transactions for when we've ordered our badges. We pay £1 for wristbands. We pay £4, which is a good price anyway for the flags. You can see the full breakdown. So included in this video will be all transactions, all receipts. Now, as I said, 63,000 minus the 30,000 cost, minus the eBay fees, minus the PayPal fees, leaves us with 21 grand, roughly, profit that the English Defence League have made. £21,000, that's right. Not £2 million, not 200 grand, nothing like it. £21,000 we've made. And out of that £21,000, what you'll see now, included in this video, is receipts and invoices for web hosting, for the website to be made, for speakers, for camcorders, for all the different things the English Defence League need to purchase and buy, for banners, for placards for each demo, for high-vis vests for each demo. All the different things will be included. They total, the receipts total, about £19,000. So this talk and these rumours and this rubbish and these accusations that are constantly thrown at me by the same people are bollocks. They're proven here as bollocks. You can see with your own eyes. Anyone with a brain can work it out themselves. Work out the merchandise, work out the profit margins, work out what we've paid, and just have a look on our eBay shop, which is where all the stuff gets sold from. You can look at the left hand side or the right hand side, and it tells you how much has been sold. It tells you your feedback. So you can see it's not £200,000 items. You can see we're not making millions. You can see we're not scamming anyone out of any money. We're doing it so you can work through all that and trying to work. And also, because of my restraining order that the police have put on me 8 months ago, which I think will be included in this video, you'll be able to see that I'm prohibited from having a bank account current. You can read all the legal document, all the legal bullshit to go with it. I'm prohibited because I'm under an investigation for money laundering. You can also see what that investigation for money laundering is. It's nothing to do with the English Defence League. It's from 2007 to 2009. It's because I deposited £160,000 in deposits on 5 properties, which the police are saying I haven't paid enough tax during that period to do that. What we do, who gives a shit? I'll argue this court case. If they take this to court, I'll argue it out then. This is nothing to do. But the point is, I deposited £160,000 on 5 properties. Now, do you think if I had 160 grand to deposit on properties before the English Defence League, before which I was running a successful trade company employing 6 people, I had a tanning salon in Luton Town Centre, quite successful as well, and I had a property portfolio. So why are people questioning when I'm wearing a Stone Island jacket? Oh look, he's got a Stone Island jacket on, he must be robbing the EDL merchandise. No, the truth is, before the English Defence League, I was a successful young businessman. That's what I've never wanted to sit here saying, well actually I was loaded, I had money, I look like a right prick. I feel like a prick even standing here saying this. But I shouldn't have to explain myself. I shouldn't have to explain my finances, but I will. I'll put it on the table for all to see so you know where I'm coming from and why I'm pissed off about doing this. You can see it all for yourself. And then because of my financial situation where I haven't got a bank account, the English Defence League PayPal account was linked to no bank account because my accounts were closed. So the only things we can purchase through the PayPal is when we can buy things through PayPal. So anything we're purchasing for the English Defence League, we'll pay for it through PayPal. Anything we need to pay for on credit cards, we'll transfer money out. You'll see these transactions now. £1,500 going to a... We've had to blank out. Also, we've had to blank out a lot of the companies we buy things off or deal with for merchandise, for banners. We've had to blank parts of the name out, understandably, because a load of morons from the left will end up contacting them, harassing them. Muslims will be harassing them. So we've had to blank certain things out. But you'll see one transaction for £1,500. That transaction is going to a certain person so we can use his bank card. Now, the receipts are there for what he's bought. He spent £350 on flyers and £1,150 has been spent on Roger English's funeral. Or towards his funeral, God bless him. And so that's where that is. And also you'll see some transactions on there that go to a Julie, or a Julie, which is another person who lets us use our bank card. So you'll see transactions going to her through PayPal. You'll then see receipts totaling the exact amount through that she's paid for herself, that she's bought for us on her credit card. Speakers, other web hosting things, all these different things. There are £19,000 worth of invoices. And you can tally it up yourself. You can work the profit out yourself on what we've made on merchandise. Now, you have to ask yourself, these same people, the people who have took our fan page, yeah? I didn't know, and what they're saying is they want me to answer all these questions to do with finances, charity, Snowy's legal fund, then they'll give it back. Right? This is what they're saying. So I'm going to answer these questions. But the Stoke money, there was an account set up to donate money for someone's car that got attacked in Stoke. This is ages ago, in the early days of the English Defence League. This fund was set up, anyone who's been here long enough remembers Kevin Shaveski, okay? He was the Hearts organiser from the EDL. He was posing as a Hell's Angel, okay? We rumbled him after he set this fund up, actually. We rumbled him and he wasn't. We checked his name out and he also wrote articles for Socialist News. So we found out he was a complete wrong'un who had infiltrated us. Now, this fund that was set up for the Stoke was not set up by me, was not set up by leadership, it was set up by Kevin Shaveski, right? And apparently, he said he received £800. There was a load of hassle of us trying to find out where he lived, who he was, who he really was, and I ended up getting him on the phone. I ended up finding out where he lived. I found out where he lived. He lived in Hatfield. I went round his house, and he was begging in the end, for us not to reveal his identity to the English Defence League. Now, I said we wanted the money back. £200 is what he dropped back. He dropped it in my shop in Luton. He delivered it off because he said that's all he received in donations. I believe it because not many donations actually come in. Beggars what people think. Now, our merchandise PayPal account is completely separate to the donations PayPal account, which also isn't linked to a bank account. So we can't spend it. The donations PayPal account and the website one where people make the money through the website, we haven't spent a penny from that. That account is there for everybody to see on the website, in the members group. Anyone can see it. We haven't spent any money. We've just been in the process now of setting up an actual company to link to these accounts so we can show our finances. But we shouldn't have to be doing this, I don't believe. We will do it because some members are probably curious, but hold on. Yeah, wait there. I'm trying to think where I'm at, yeah. And then I hear, so I hear that we're profiteering, we're loaded, we're making loads of money. Now the truth is, I was loaded before the English Defence League. I had money before the English Defence League. I was successful before the English Defence League. The English Defence League is no gravy train. It is not a good, for me, it's not been a good thing, alright? It's a good thing for our country and we need the English Defence League, but for me personally and my family, this has not been good. This has not been the greatest idea in my life, but no one else was standing up and do it. And I hear people moaning about leadership. Well, there's a job going, there's a vacancy. If anyone wants to apply for it, you apply for it. You're going to be in charge of 90,000 people. You've got to keep all of them happy, all the time. You've got to make the decisions that are going to piss some people off. That's your job. Along comes with this job, no salary at all. Right? Death threats constantly against you, against me, myself. People have got pictures of my fiance. They've got pictures of my children. They've got my parents' address on the internet. I've had the police for the last week again at my parents' house, offering them protection. This is what comes with this job. Who wants this job? Who wants to come and sit in my hot seat? No one does. The truth is, the people calling this out and the people asking to do it, if you look after the Blackburn demonstration, when there was a split and the wankers went, when that happened, the North West Infidels, who put their face up? Who said, I'm the leader of the North West Infidels? No one. Do you know why they didn't? Because they don't want this shit. They don't want what comes with this. I am unemployable for the rest of my life. I've got to walk this for the rest of my life. And they don't want it. And that's why they didn't do it. Because they ain't got the bottle to do it. Because if they were in my hot seat for 1 week, they'd fucking run. And I know they would because they're cowards. All of them are cowards. So if you look, why didn't they put their face to it? Why are they hiding behind fake profiles? Why are they not showing their faces? Why are they not coming out and saying what I've said? Do what I've done. Stand there, show your face, say this is who I am, this is where I live, this is my business, right? This is my missus, this is my children, and then call it on with the whole of fucking Islam. Because that's what we've done. That's what we've done. We've put our lives on the line, we're standing there, and we're not crying about it, not blowing about it. It may seem like I'm moaning about it, but I'm pissed off about doing this. So we're here saying it how it is. You want, say, John fucking whoever wants to step forward as a leader, yeah? You stand out and you say, I live at 9 blah blah blah. You come and you do it, and you live the life I live. You ain't going to want to do it, and I know you're not going to make a video doing this, because you're a bottle job. And that's how it is. I'm prepared to do it. I'm in this seat, right? And I'm prepared to say it. And what does, as I've said it again, the leadership of the EDL, what do I do? Other than give us a voice and a platform. Because the EDL as a movement needs someone talking, needs someone prepared to do the interviews, needs someone prepared to sit down with Jeremy Paxman, needs someone prepared to talk about the issues. There's no one else who's going to do it. Video, hopefully, because I'm not that good with fucking videos and cameras and shit like that. But in this video, there should be all the receipts. Everything to silence these mugs. Everything to show that their accusations are nothing but that. And their intentions is not to get rid of EDL leadership and replace it with someone new or a committee or anything like that. Their intentions are to destroy the English Defence League. Because the English Defence League without leadership is a rudderless ship. That's what the authorities want, it's what the government want. If you look, it's what the Muslim Defence League want. It's what all of them want. And if you look on a certain individual's name, profile, who everyone believes has the fan page, he's actually now friends with half of Expose. What's all that about? The video that was made against me last week by these so-called patriots was made with Expose. They're working with the left to destroy the English Defence League. And they're doing quite a good job at it, and they're doing it under a guise of patriots. And they've actually roped quite a few people in into believing their bullshit. The truth of the fact is, stand up. The truth of the fact is, stand up, show us who you are, stand up as a leader and a man, instead of hiding behind your profile, and say what your intentions are, what you want. Because I've showed you now all the financial details. I've showed you the truth, all the facts, which I actually feel violated standing there thinking that I'm having to prove myself. I'm having to prove myself against someone who fucking breathes llama. Think about this. I live here. This is Luton. I'm surrounded by 45,000 Muslims. Okay? Some of Europe's most notorious Muslims are living side by side with me. Alright? I don't give a shit. I walk through my town every single day. I will walk through these streets till the day I die. I couldn't give a fuck. That's where I live. That's where I'm staying. Alright? The people throwing the accusations against me breed bloody llamas in the countryside, fucking surrounded by no one, with no threat, under a false name, without their address out there, without their face out there, and I'm supposed to explain myself. What the fuck's going on? Do you know what I mean? Anyone with half a brain can see that these people are paid instigators, paid to destroy. Every single movement like this that has ever formed and ever took off from the ground street level has been destroyed through infighting, through people paid within that organisation who started out as patriots, then took the fucking money to destroy it, to discredit it, to slander it, to destroy the leadership, which is exactly what they're trying to do now. You think you can find someone to fill my boots? You show me the person that's going to fill my boots, because no one will want to sit in this seat. No one wants to sit in this seat. Trust me about that. The truth being that the people who have our fan page don't have it for any other motive to bring down the EDL. If you think about it, the English Defence League has stood still now for the last probably few months due to infighting. We've stood still. We haven't moved forward because of wankers. Infighting, rumour spreading, slandering, Facebook gangsters, all of this is going on. Trying to destroy our organisation. On a lighter note, there are 2 national campaigns that we are ready to launch. We've been ready to launch for months, but all this other bullshit that's been going on has took us away from it. But they're ready to launch. We've got the No More Halal campaign, which is going to be targeting Asda. Okay? We're going to be holding national demonstrations on the same day. Every single division will hit 300 Asdas on one day. Standing outside Asda, handing outside halal. We've had all the leaflets made, everything done. Halal campaign, anti-halal, the leaflets explaining what it is, what they're selling here, what they're eating here. It's not labelled, they're not telling us what it is. We'll have every Asda will have individual little placards, boycott Asda, and we'll target Asda. Because we know that other supermarkets are also selling halal food without labelling it, but we can't target all of them. If we concentrate on one and we make one fall, which we will, then the rest will fall suit. If we hit them in their pocket, once we target on one Saturday, and then we announce to all them local towns, we're going to be outside your Asda the first Saturday of every month. No one's going to go there. People ain't going to go to that Asda on a Saturday. That's when we affect them, when we hit them in the pocket. That's what we'll do. We'll hit them hard and they will bow down. They will realise they can't continue shoving halal food down our throats without telling us. We demand it's labelled. So that's one of the campaigns. The other campaign, this come about from their 6th Division basically. Their 6th Division were collecting signatures locally against a mosque in Dagenham. They collected like 2,000 signatures on one day. I sat there and thought, if one division can get 2,000 signatures, and we've got, say, minimum 100 good, decent, active divisions, that's 200,000 signatures in one day. Now, which we always need a focus and a point of what we're doing. So rather than just doing these demonstrations, which we'll continue to do as well, doing demonstrations around the country, we'll now do a no more mosque, no more madrasa, and we've got leaflets all done the same again, explaining why. We've got justified reasons why we don't want any more mosques. All we're saying is they can begin building mosques again when this is sorted, that sorted, all these different problems within Islam are sorted. We'll be happy for you. When your religion is the same as Sikhism, Hinduism, Judaism, Christianity, then we're happy. Build your houses of prayer. Until then, we don't want any more, because you're adding to the problem. You're adding to the disaster, and it's a nail in Britain's coffin, every one of them is. So, we'll have a no more mosque campaign where we go out into our city centres, and then we'll have a position in every city centre on a certain Saturday in each month with a stall set up where we're collecting signatures. And if one can get 2,000, and we can get 200,000 on one Saturday, if we've done that one Saturday a month, 2 Saturdays a month, by the end of the year, by the end of summer even, we'll be marching on Downing Street, handing in 1 million, 1.5 million, however many signatures, demanding a referendum. And what we're going to do, the same with the Asda campaign and the signatures, we'll keep them all separate, we'll have somewhere where you can send them, we'll tally them up, so it'll be like a tally league so people can compete against each other. So Newcastle have got 6,000 signatures, blah blah blah, got 10,000, everyone can compete, and then we can release a table on the website showing how many signatures we've got for each city against the mosques and against the halal. And at the end of the year, maybe before the end of the year, maybe after the end of the year, we'll march on Downing Street demanding a referendum. We demand a vote. We don't demand a yes, no bollocks vote on the voting system. We demand a vote on the building of mosques. No more mosques. We demand a vote on halal. We want it labelled. And if you look around other countries in Europe, the Swiss actually got this vote with only 100,000 signatures. Now, they won't be able to ignore millions of signatures demanding no more mosques. They won't be able to ignore it, because at the minute, Islam's winning by throwing up so many obstacles. We whack one mosque down, there's another 10 pop up. We can't compete with how many planning applications there are for mosques. We can't keep picking them individually, we have to pick them nationally. No more mosques. Nationally, no more halal, which is what we're planning to do. So that's on a bright note after all this bullshit sorted. Whether these men realise their wrongs, realise, even if maybe in their head they thought I was on a gravy train. Maybe in their head they thought there's millions to be made out of the English Defence League and it's some sort of fucking great lifestyle. And down here in Luton, we're having a fucking great time. Walking around with my missus and kids, it's fucking wonderful down here. Maybe they thought that. Maybe. Now they've been shown the facts, the printouts, the evidence, the bank accounts. Maybe now they'll be the bigger men and realise if you want to protect your kids' future, not just my kids' future, your kids' future, give us back our fucking fan page. Let us get on with fighting militant Islam like we were. Stop acting like cowards and babies and sellouts and wankers, because that's all. What you're doing is the whole movement will turn on you. Everyone is realising you for what you are. Everybody is now seeing your true motives. Even the people close to you, and you know that as well. You know that because you know how people are feeling towards you locally. Right, another thing I just want to point out. The English Defence League leadership have nothing to do with organising coaches for demonstrations. We don't make no money off all the country's coaches. We don't do that. And the true reason I believe why these people are pissed off, who are throwing all these accusations, is because they used to. This person used to. Probably used to make 500-600 quid off the coaches. Now he's out of the EDL, he ain't making nothing. He's back scratching his arse at home. That's what this comes down to, I believe. And as for living it up, the only time we've ever took money out of the English Defence League fund to pay for hotels was the Luton demonstration. The reasons why: we had to pay for Rabbi Schifrin's, we had to pay for Elizabeth Wolf's, we had to pay for her 2 people that were with her, and I paid for myself. I paid for 3 security lads, and I also put my family in a hotel for the night. And that is because Luton is Muslim-only taxis. So when I woke up in the morning, I wouldn't be able to get into town. I wouldn't be able to move or get anywhere. So I had to stay in a hotel, if that's okay with everyone. I had to stay in a hotel with other English Defence League people. So I was with people in the morning, with security in the morning, so I wasn't on my fucking Todd coming out of my house to get fucking attacked by hundreds of Muslims. That's why we used money once for hotels, for the Luton demonstration. Other than that, you can see through that, we pay our own fucking petrol, we pay our own costs. Anytime I've flown anywhere, we pay it ourselves. I actually pay it ourselves because I've had money. I haven't not had money. I've had my own money in my bank account. Pay it myself. There is no fucking gravy train. There is no fleecing the English Defence League. And this all comes from the same person. You all know who it is. And you have to ask yourself, what are his motives? What could his motives be? What were his motives before? And what could his motives be pulling down the fan page on the week of St George's Day, the royal wedding, Bin Laden's death? What sort of patriot would do this? Ask yourself that. What sort of patriot and man would do this? It's all for himself, and I reckon he's took the money, he's took the bribe, special branch to be stupid. We have special demonstrations. Well, I've said it before, I'll say it again, go Google it. Does this sound like something special demonstration we've got? Kick all the admins off and fucking take the fan page down. Of course it does. It's exactly what they do. It's not something a patriot would do, is it? It's nothing to do with a patriot. If he has a personal, some people have a personal problem with me. What about the other 88,000 members that you've just took their fan page off? What about them? Yes, some patriot. Proper patriot you are. Well done. Right. I also saw an accusation that I'm off sunning it up on fucking holiday with EDL money. I was on a stag do. My best mate's stag do. I'm an usher at his wedding. It's booked about 9 months ago. And you know what? For the first time, for 4 days, I had normality when I was away. I didn't have to look over my shoulder. I didn't have to watch my back. I didn't have to worry. I did have to move my missus and children to stay with relatives so they felt safe before I went. But I did have normality for 4 days. And during that 4 days I'm hearing I'm sunning it up out the English Defence League money. Bollocks. So 4 days of normality I had, that's it. On a stag do. Yeah. And I personally don't need this shit. Yeah? This is the last time I'm answering any questions about finances, because it's bollocks. It's what they're doing is how can we wind everyone up? He's loaded down there, he's made loads of money, he's fucking living in a big hotel, he's on holiday, he's doing this, it's rubbish, it's absolute fucking rubbish. And that's the easiest thing for them to do. Two things, that and he's Irish. He's fucking Irish. Fucking do I sound Irish? I've never been to Ireland in my life. Now, I shouldn't have to explain my family tree, but I will briefly, okay? The blood that is in my veins is English. I was adopted, okay, when I was 11 years old, and my father, my adopted father, was actually Scottish. But he's not Scottish because his parents were Irish. My mother was Irish, okay? I'm English. I shouldn't have to explain myself. I don't give a shit. I'm proud of my parents' heritage. I'm proud of their country. I've got no problem with that. I ain't got no problem with Ireland or any other country. I've got a problem with Islam and militant Islam. That's where my problem is, alright? But I have never even set foot in Ireland. So to see the IRA songs coming out, I hate the IRA the same way I hate Al-Qaeda, but I don't hate Catholics. Do you know what I mean? I haven't got a problem with Catholics, I've got a problem with the IRA. But this is the two things. Well, say he's Irish, that'll piss all the loyalists off. I'm a fucking loyalist myself, you clowns. Do you know what I mean? I fucking joke, get a grip. Alright? So they do something that'll piss the loyalists off. I'm a lifelong fucking Rangers fan, and I'm being called a fucking thieving fucking IRA supporting cunt. What are you going on about? Do you know what I mean? So there's the two things. That's what they use, is the Irish one. Predictable and fucking boring, alright? And the other one is money. Because they know it's hard times out there. A lot of people are struggling. So a lot of people, it will aggrieve a lot of people. The two easiest tactics for them to cause splits and division, and they're fucking running all over them, man. And everyone needs to wake up and see them for what they are. See through it. But as I said, I don't need this. I've got enough shit going on. I don't need this. I don't need to be explaining myself. I shouldn't have to be explaining myself here, but I don't need to be explaining myself. I've got 4 court cases in the next 3 months. I've got both of my kids' birthdays, I've got one of my kids' christenings, and I've got a fucking wedding. And I've got to run the English Defence League, and I don't mind being persecuted by the police, I don't mind being persecuted by the left, I don't mind being persecuted by Muslims, but being persecuted by so-called English Defence League supporters, fucking come on. Wake up, saddle up and fucking man up and realise what is going on, realise what these people are doing and realise their motives for doing it. Because my motives are one thing, saving this country from the cesspit that is Islam. That's what I want to do, protecting a safe future for my children, for your children, for the whole country's children. That's not their motives. That's not the motives of taking a fan page down. That's not the motives of cancelling Charlene Down's demo. That's not the motives of trying to take away the EDL leadership and the voice that's been given to the EDL. That's not their motives. So question their motives. I know where my loyalties lie. Right, the other thing, merchandise, right? We stopped selling merchandise when these accusations come about last time. We stopped for about a month, maybe more. And after a month or more sitting there, I thought, you know what, what we're doing to try and appease mucks is what we're doing is detrimental to this movement. Because the main reason why we do merchandise, is that walking around this country are people wearing our tops, our logos, free advertisement in every single town and city in this country. You all know it. When you walk in a pub with your English Defence League top on, people come and talk to you. It's a way of pushing our message, broadening our appeal, making it a household name across this country. So that's why we do merchandise. There are 39 other items on eBay that are not sold by Leadership, not sold by the EDL, that are English Defence League. Do we care? No, we don't. Crack on and sell them, because it is broadening our message. It is advertising for us. As I've said, our account has got 2,200 feedback. There's another account that sells EDL merchandise with 1,700 feedback. That's not even us. That's some random in fucking Wolverhampton. Where's his money going? That's not going on spending stuff towards the English Defence League. And all these other people who moan about it, like a certain individual, all he done was run around selling merchandise. That didn't go back into the English Defence League, making his money off coaches. That didn't go back into the English Defence League. This is just the one tactic to slander and slaughter our names. And that's what he's trying to do. And you all need to cop on and wise up to what he's doing. And I think most people are now. And sooner or later, the whole fucking country's going to... We're writing our names in history. We've wrote our names in history. as people prepared to stand up, willing to stand up, willing to die for this country, for our future, for our children's future. That's where we're writing our names. These people are writing their names in the history books as the biggest sellouts this country's ever fucking seen. That's what they're writing their name in there as. You've got your opportunity, while you still can, give it back, be a man, man up. You want to jog on and do your own patriotic fucking bullshit, whatever you want to do, go on and do it. Otherwise, you're going to be remembered in history as the man who tried to take down the English Defence League. Crack on. Scumbag.